Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name's Destiny. We do all kinds of things here, and tonight we're going to do my Cycle 2 TBR. I am not calling it a February TBR because it won't last all the days of February, which we will have a talk about my planning here, maybe in a video at the end of Cycle 2 once I get it all ironed out. But I'm going to start calling them by cycles because when I was looking and planning for the future, there's technically going to be 13 cycles of the year instead of 12 months, but we're going for Cycle 2 for the next 4 weeks, what I'm hoping to get read. Let's start with what I'm currently reading and want to finish. The first thing is A Court of Rings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I am still in the middle of my ACOTAR reread. I am 462 pages through this, so a little over 100 pages left. I should be able to get this finished. Actually, a little over 200 pages left. I should be able to get this finished this week. I'm enjoying my reread. I put this down and took a break and reread Crescent City or House of Earth and Blood, I should say. And I kind of regret that because going back into this to annotate is taking me so much longer because my brain just wants to enjoy the story and not analyze it like I did House of Earth and Blood. So it's taking me a minute, but I will hopefully get this done this week and then be able to move on to something else. I think I'm going to take a break from Maas for now. I know that House of Shadow, what is the... I have seen it all over TikTok and I can't think of it. I know the third Crescent City comes out tomorrow as I'm filming this, but what I'm going to do is I'm taking a hiatus from TikTok until I finish reading it completely, because if I'm spoiled, I'm going to be pissed, and I know that. And so instead of being I wanted to make a post being well, don't spoil me, you shouldn't post spoilers, but instead I'm just going to take myself out of the equation. If my better half or my mom or somebody sends me a TikTok, fine, I'll watch it. I'll be on there for that. But as far as scrolling, I will not be doing that until I have finished that book, because I know I'm going to be spoiled and I will be mad. I feel like YouTube and in Instagram and stuff like that, I can avoid the spoilers as much as humanly possible and kind of filter my own consumption better than TikTok, because TikTok, you'll scroll the next video and there it is. There's a spoiler that I didn't ask for. So I hope we get that done. Next, I'm currently reading The Silent Patient. I am only 50 pages through this, not quite 50, 40 something. I'm intrigued and I do not trust our main POV already. Do not spoil this for me. I don't want to know. I have not Googled what the twist is. I'm excited about reading this, but I genuinely think that there's something sus about him. He's too interested in her. For no reason, really. I understand the curiosity, but to go as far as getting a job where she's at, something's not sitting right with my spirit with that one, but I'm excited. I'm hoping to have this done the next week or so. I'm lightly annotating. Basically, I'm just marking quotes and anything I find sus, and they're all going to be the same color. So it's not as detailed as my annotations have been, and I'm really, really enjoying that. Number 3 on my list is an arc that I really want to get to, that I'm already part of the way through. I am currently 36 pages through it, and that is Her Own Happiness. This came out in September of last year. I just have not had a chance to get a hold of it, but it looks like my toddler may have got a hold of the back of it. There's a little bit of crayon on the back. 90% of my books at this point have crayon or pencil in them, because she thinks because mommy writes in books, she should too. I find it absolutely adorable, and it does not bother me as much. We have had a conversation multiple times that just because mommy colors in the book does not mean Ollie colors in the book. Ollie needs to color in her own coloring book, but I digress. This follows Maya after her whole life kind of falls apart, and it's about her putting it back together. I want to say it has a little bit of romance into it, but I'm really, really excited to get into that. Then I have 3 more. two library books and one more on my shelf. So let's talk about the one on my shelf first. And that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I started this and just did not have the mental space to dedicate to it. So I will be restarting it. I got almost 60 pages through the first of it. I know that it's very detailed, and I know that Miss Kuang, I've read The Poppy War by her. I know that she writes very detailed, involved stories, so I will be picking this up when I'm not currently reading anything else. I'm not saying it's going to be the last thing I pick up. It may be a palate cleanser where I read 100 pages of it and then read something else, come back, read another 100 pages, or something like that, because I know with the Poppy War, it took me a minute to get into it, to enjoy it, and to love it as much as everyone else has, and I do want to continue that series. Babel follows Robin as he is going to Oxford, and he's going to Oxford for languages, and I've heard is beautifully written. It's wonderful. All the girls on TikTok and YouTube have been raving about this, and so I want to get to it. I did get it in my book of the month of December 2022, so I got it when it came out. I just have not had a chance to read it, and now I want to read it, as loose cuttings from Dutch doors and stuff from my journal is falling out of it. And then lastly on my TBR is two library books that I still have. One is Cruel Seduction by Katie Roberts. This is the 5th in the Dark Olympus series. I am probably starting this pretty soon. I need like a palate cleansing, just fun time kind of book right now. I know this follows a 4-person couple, which I'm not sure what that's called. I know 3 is a throuple. What is a 4-person? Can somebody let me know? Like, if you're in the poly lifestyle, there it is. Can you let me know what is a 4-person relationship called? This one follows Aphrodite, Hephaestus, Pandora, and his name, Adonis. And basically Aphrodite and Hephaestus is married, but they are cheating with the other two to get back at one another, and they all 4 end up falling in love, from what I understand. I'm excited for this. I have loved all of the Dark Olympus series. This is going to be a new experience for me, because before I have read them all, I've listened to all of them, and now I'm going to physically read, so I'm excited to get into that. If you're going to ask me what my favorite is, I don't have one currently. My favorite of the Wicked Villain series is Queen Takes Rose, but if you've read that one, you know why. It's a lesbian story, so of course it's my favorite. But there's that one. And then lastly, I have one that, honestly, all I've heard is it's witchcraft, I want to say. It was a 1-star review. I picked it up because, honestly, the cover and the title really drew me in. But then I saw a TikTok where a 1-star review, it was 1-star reviews that actually make the book sound good. And when I read that 1-star review, I can't remember what it was now. It just brought it even more on my attention, and I rechecked it from the library so I could read it. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, and I don't really need to know more. I'm excited to get into this. I know it's horror. And the tagline says, a cynical 20-something must convert her unconventional family's dark secrets in this fiery, irrelevant, I can't read tonight either, horror novel from the author of Such Sharp Teeth and Cackle. Guys, I don't know. I honestly, all you need to tell me is a horror book and that black sheet. I'm down. I'm down to read it. I've always thought I was the rainbow sheep of my family, so I'm down to read this. I'm excited, and I can't wait. But like I said, I know nothing. If I love this, I think I'm going to do a video where I read some of the books that are blurbed here, like the authors who blurbed here, the book that's beside them, I read those. It's gonna be that kind of night. But yeah, that's everything on my February TBR. Or my Cycle 2 TBR. I don't think I'll have any issues finishing all this. The only one I don't think I'm going to finish is Babel, just because it is so big. But I am excited to get into these and see what I think. There is one that I'm currently reading that I didn't talk about that I'm going to talk about for just a second here. And it's on my Kindle. And if you've not seen the TikTok, you can actually make your Kindle read to you, which has been a game changer for me, because sometimes I don't have time to sit down and physically read anything, but I can listen to a book while I do other things, especially at work. And so I started listening to Nona the Ninth. And I have thoughts. There is a Cycle 1 wrap up coming up pretty soon. If you want to know my thoughts on Harold the Ninth, go there. But yeah, I'm reading Nona the Ninth, and then I have Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone checked out, and there's one. It's a Black Mermaid. I can't think of the name of the book now. I'll put it by my head. I have it checked out, and one other one that I'll put by my head. So I have 5 from the library currently checked out that I'm excited to read. But I wanted to get caught up in the Locked Tomb series so that when the next one comes out, I could go into it. But yeah, so I'm definitely reading Nona the Ninth. I'm 30% through it currently. I was listening to it on my way home, but my Kindle died, so obviously I couldn't listen to it anymore. But yeah, there you have it. There is my Cycle 2 TBR. What are you hoping to read this month? How many books are on your yearly goal? Do you have a yearly goal? I'm going to go ahead and go to bed because clearly words and reading are not my strong suit. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye, guys.